Boop. Ow. It's my Alaska shirt. Where am I at? There's my Alaska shirt. Whee! All right. Let's fuck this chihuahua.
I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, someone picked a fight with the machete, and what does OOMF mean on TikTok? And a guy wins an award for not working. And what is going on with the purple mattress lawsuit? All this and much, much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. As for the next 60 minutes, we'll comb through your social media feeds and get you updated on some stories you might have missed over the last 7 days. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all I ask, is if you're getting along with everyone. God almighty. I still have this ick. I need to go see someone. Why? My allergies or whatever is running, and I always have like this web, like right in the in the bottom of my throat. Now, I don't, you would think in my position, my career, my professionalism, that I would talk all day long. I barely say 15 words to my wife or my family members or anything like that. No, I talk, but not to the scale as far as I probably say more in this 1 hour during the show than I do all day long. So it really starts coming out when I start talking and start doing all this stuff. I feel this at the bottom of my throat. So I apologize again one more time. So bear with me as I go through this and let's get this show rolling together. Now, I go for a walk every morning. Now, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. We have a population of about 2,500 people spread over a 2 square mile radius. And behind us is not a dead end. It's what they're calling a cul-de-sac now. It's a cul-de-sac now because it's got houses on it. They're building houses, brand new houses back there. It's a dead end if there's no houses on it. No one lives there. You don't want to go back there. That's a dead end. Now it's a cul-de-sac. So they're, slowly building houses and people buying 3 acres and 3 acres and 3 acres. And we got 22 some odd acres here. So this road kind of runs not parallel to our property line because there's a couple houses in between us and the street. But they're dividing all those houses up and they're building them back there. So that's where I go for a walk because there's no traffic. I don't have to worry about big trucks going down here coming by me while I'm walking. It's a 2-lane country back road. There's nobody out there. So I go for a walk. Up and down one time is a mile. Up and down 2 miles. And then back and forth and then back to the house rounds up being 3 miles altogether. So the other day, I saw on my phone heat index alert. Heat index alert. Now, I'm born and raised in Orlando, Florida. I know what a heat index is. I know how hot it is in Florida. I understand heat. I understand all that stuff. You cut me open, I bleed sand. I'm so much of a Florida boy. Up here in North Carolina, it's a total different heat. There's no sea breezes pushing air around. There's nothing to move. Everything's stagnant. You got all these big, I don't want to say mountainous because we're at the bottom of a mountain, but there's nothing that we're suffocating. We're dying over here. And so when I go out for a walk, I made the mistake of going out for a walk at 11:30 in the mid-morning afternoon type deal. And I saw heat index till 8 o'clock tonight. And I'm like, nah, fuck it. I'll go out for a walk. So I went out for a walk and it takes me an hour to do the 3 miles. And the road is up and down and up and down. So it's not like 3 miles flat. It's 3 miles up and down. So it's a little bit of a challenge. And I came back home one day. This happened a couple weeks ago, but I'm getting to it now. And I wear one of these smartwatches. We switched our cell phone plan and they give you a free watch or something. So it does the heart monitor, does all the, stress monitors, and it connects to your phone. So every time I look down at my watch, I can see what's going on my phone. Everyone's got them now. If you don't have it, then welcome to 2024, right? it alerts me, if I've taken my, done my walks and stuff and got my steps in and all that. And I'm sitting there and I come back from my walk and, I'm drinking my Gatorade mix, whatever I've got, lemon juice, Gatorade, and whatever, just to help my body rehydrate. And I usually sit on the front porch for a little bit, and I've got a little fan next to me and cool and all. And I'm sitting there for 15 minutes, and my watch, bzz, bzz, and I look down, I'm thinking it's a text message. It says, your resting heart rate is 135 beats per minute. And I go, okay, maybe something's wrong. So I took my watch off, shook the sweat out of it, put it back on. Another 5 minutes later, bzz, your resting heart rate is 132. And I'm like, I've been sitting here for 20 minutes now. Why is my heart rate? What is going on? What's wrong with me? So my dad, as you know, my dad lives with me now, and he's, an elderly gentleman. He watches all his stuff for the most part. I say that loosely, but he's got one of those oxygen things that you put on your finger, little alligator clip, put on your finger. I said, Dad, let me see that alligator clip. So he puts it on my finger. Oxygen's great. It's 97 beats per minute, 131. And I go, he's like, why? What's wrong? I go, I don't know. I can't get my heart rate down. Well, what'd you have for breakfast this morning? I said, well, I had some coffee. And when I say coffee, I've got a 16-ounce coffee cup. And I fill that thing 2.5 times. Yeah. It takes a lot of coal to get this steam engine running. So I'm sitting there, and I was like, I couldn't get it down. I'm freaking out. So I'm like, maybe I'll just go out and make myself even more hotter. I'll go work out in the garden for a little bit and see if I can work on, getting my heart rate down. So I'm relaxing, cutting the vegetables and stuff. And I bend down to pick up something. And I came back up too fast, and I was like, whoa, I was getting ready to drop down like Timberland tree dropping down. And I go, I gotta go do something. So I come up to the studio. My studio is real nice. It's kind of AC. If you're watching this here on the YouTube video, we got an AC right there, big AC unit. Well, I got it off right now because it makes a lot of noise. But it keeps this area up here about 74 degrees. And I just laid on my casting couch back here, and I took a little nappy, afternoon nappy, and sure enough, it got me back down to a comparable level, 92, 91 or whatever like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm good now. Under 100, I'm good. So I went back downstairs and I said, Dad, I don't think I can do coffee anymore. Not in this heat. Now, I don't know if it was the coffee that gave it to me. I don't know if it was the beers that I had the night before. I don't know if it was the 97 degree heat index that was out there that made my heart race, and I just couldn't keep, my body couldn't keep up. But it scared me for a little bit. So I said, you know what? Let me cut out coffee. Nothing else. Keep everything else the same. Let me cut out coffee, a stimulant. Because I know my dad's got, he's got heart conditions and stuff, and the doctor tells him not to drink any caffeine. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll take that in consideration, as my dad's got a whole refrigerator full of those V8 energy shots or whatever that are in there. I need to get up and go. You're not going anywhere. So I quit coffee in the heat. And I want to see how long that goes. I didn't get any headaches, no withdrawals. A lot of people, they quit coffee and they get a headache. Nothing here. So we'll see. I haven't had that reoccurred again. I've done everything the same. Today, I walked out in the heat today, came back in, cooled off, heart rate, fine, good to go. So I think it was the coffee and maybe a little hair of the dog I should have had that same day. So who knows? But quitting the coffee right now is working. So I'll stick with that plan for now. All right, guys, stick around when we come back. You ever get those phone calls for, hello, do you want solar panels on the roof of your house? Yes, I do. Okay, Well, this lady fell for it, and she found out later that it's a Trojan horse. When you get into getting solar panels on your house, everyone thinks that's great. Oh, it's great. We should do that. Everyone should do it. Solar panels. I'm solar. Well, when we dive in the actual mathematics of it, you're probably going to go, what the hell? I'm not getting those. So I'll dive in that story when we come back. So stick around. You listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be part of the show? You want to be right here in the studio alongside of us? Well, you can do that. If you're listening to the show right now, and if you've got a microphone on your device, your Apple smartwatch, your Apple phone, your Android phone, your laptop, or anything like that. If you've got a microphone on that, you can be part of the show. The way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of the Deacon Live show and all the other fine programming that comes out of the studio. Go over there, and at the top of the page says, leave a message for Deacon Live. And it'll follow the steps, 1, 2, 3, comes right to me. You speak right into it. Comes to our inbox. Now, we broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you get it in before then, we'll put it on that week's show. If not, like if you get it on Thursday and Friday, of course, you're going to have to wait all the way till next Wednesday. But we can still hear from you. We'd love to hear from you, and you can be part of the show. And you can talk about any of the past 10 years of shows, 10 and a half years now, 10 years of shows that we have going all the way back. I think the oldest one that we have is 2017. For whatever reason, they drop them off after a certain point. But we've got at least all the way back to 2017. You can go back and listen to all those shows and all the different people and characters and stuff. And if you have a question or if you want to comment on those shows, just give me a referral. You know, hey, what did you mean when you talked about bacon dogs in the sun or something like that? And I'm like, I don't know. You got to give me a little bit more. You know, I've said a lot of things over the last 10 years. I can't remember everything. Now, right now, people are on TikTok. You know, of course they are. But what they're seeing right now, there's so many like acronyms out there. Like, it took me a long while to figure out what FML meant. It was like 2009. Someone said FML, and I go, what the hell does that mean? And they're, fuck my life. And I'm like going, God almighty, that's horrible. So then I go back and look at everyone that put, you know, FML, and I'm like going, God, is your life that bad where you got to say fuck my life? I mean, that's literally like the thing you say as you're jumping off the bridge. You know, FML, what does that mean? Oh, fuck my life. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It's rude, not rude, but just crude, just, oh, God almighty. And then there's other things, you know, be right back, BRB, and all that other stuff. Now, there's a new one that's coming out right now. I say coming out, it's coming back, but a lot of people are like, Gen Z people just don't understand it. It's called OOMF. 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 And you're like going, okay, OOMF. Of course, anytime people of my age see MF, you think motherfucker. So it's like, ooh, motherfucker. No, it's not that. For those unfamiliar with this slang term of affection that has recently been popularized online by Gen Z, it's existed for years. On X, formerly known as Twitter, I don't even know why they put, why do we even do that anymore? When Elon Musk fucked up the whole thing when he called it X, because they always go formerly Twitter. It has been used as a hashtag, used to mean one of my followers. So OOMF, one of my followers. Now, it's saying that OOMF, by definition, is not necessarily your one good friend. When you call someone your BSF, your best friend, or BFF, your best friend forever, all the Valley girls are going, I'm so sure. Your friend has certainty knowing that they have a close spot in your heart with these acronyms that are out there right now. I recently tweeted OOMF is dating a 32-year-old man, and I don't approve of it. Well, I fully will admit, and this is the story, that to be used as a sneaky diss at my friends, I can fully confront the person. Said Chloe Ferrero, 21 years old, content creator based in Naperville, Illinois, who made a popular TikTok video explaining the OOMF. So let's see what she has to say. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video. Hold on, sweetheart. I know you want to be on the show. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube. We have our own channel over there, DeaconLive Podcast. You can see all the videos in real time as we're talking about it here on the air. And you can also see what's going on here in the studio. You can see me and my haircut. I'm going for the bear. If you ever seen that show, that's the look I'm going for, the bear from Lip. I don't know his name. I forget his name. But the main guy in the bear, that's the haircut I'm going for. So you can check that out over on YouTube as well. So let's see what Chode 1307 has to say of what actually is the meaning of OOMF. Here she goes. You ready, darling? Now's your chance to shine. Let me go switch to camera 4. So here we go.
down from heaven. Okay, let's relax. An OOMF is one of my friends. So Annika is an OOMF.
Okay, hold on a second. If you're watching this video, what are you seeing? When you're listening to the video, what are you seeing in your mind? You're seeing a boy, right? This looks like a 13-year-old girl. I don't know if she's miming or mimicking something, so here we go.
Is an OOMF, Chloe. Why does it look like I'm literally coming down from heaven? Okay, let's relax. An OOMF is one of my friends. So Annika is an OOMF. Charlie is an OOMF. Maddie's an OOMF. You know, Tori, Miranda, David, Julia, Lily, OOMFs. They're all OOMFs to me. They're one of my friends, like an OOMF.
OOMFs.
Like one of my friends is, like Annika, if I'm like, oh my God, I miss my best friend, I'm not going to say I miss my best friend. I'm going to say I miss OOMF. Like, I just miss my OOMF so much.
All right, I got it. We're going to just start talking in caveman language again. It's coming. It's coming soon. I mean, our president's doing right now, right? Our current president? Oh, I know. Poor Joe. He has a hard time making sentences make sense. Well, so do I. He's got a more important job than I do. Now, this woman right here got solar panels put on her house, and she's complaining that solar panels are the new Trojan horse. She says, my electric bill is negative each month, but the woman says you should never buy solar panels, and here's why. In the past few years, American homeowners have seen their energy bills increasingly substantially, with the U.S. residential electricity bills increasing 2% each month compared to 2022 per the Energy Information Administration. Yeah, so let's do something about that. Some internet users found ways to lower their electric bills. For example, one user claimed that she figured out how to lower electric bill by $230 a month while offering a method detailing how one change in your home can drastically reduce your bills. But we're talking about solar panels right now. So in her video, Brittany explains how installing her solar panels are like a Trojan horse. You get into massive debt, she explains, and then she states that while monthly payments on the solar panels may be less than your electric bill, if you have a mortgage on the house and your solar panels cost you anywhere between $25,000 to $70,000, that's a huge lump of debt. Brittany then recounts her negative experience. According to her, her husband had decided to go to install the solar panels, but while the panels themselves were installed quickly, it was a whole entire year before the permit and everything went through for the solar panels to be connected to Duke Energy. So he's got the panels up there, but he's got no plug to plug in to the grid. And guess what? During that whole entire time, you still have to pay your electricity bill, and also on top of that, the monthly payment for the damn solar panels. So let's see what Brittany has to say about the solar panels. All right, hold on, Brittany. I'll give you your chance too. Everyone can be on the show. Here we go. We'll turn her up, and she's going to tell us all about it.
Learn from my mistakes. Solar panels may seem like a good gift, but they're like a Trojan horse. Like, they're literally going to turn around and bite you in the bottom somehow. Basically, solar panels seem like a really good deal because of the way they try to spin it. But really, you're getting into massive debt, and you have to remember this. Like, forget about the monthly payments that are always going to be less than your electric bill, because that's literally how it's designed. That's kind of like the scam part of it. They can always crunch those numbers to make it less than your electric bill. But what you need to remember is you're going to be in that much debt. So if you have a mortgage on your house and your solar panels cost you anywhere between $25,000 and $70,000, that's a huge lump of debt you are going to be in getting solar, and it's very expensive. My experience with solar wasn't very good. My husband and I, at the time, we were living in this house, and my husband decided to get solar, and it took
dramatic
them
music.
An entire year. They hooked up the solar panels on the roof pretty quickly, but I think it was an entire year before the permit and everything went through for the solars to be connected to Duke Energy. And guess what? During that entire time, we had to pay our electric bill.
What?
Plus the monthly payment for the solar panel. So you need to remember that you're always going to be responsible for the solar
also,
panel.
responsible for someone. Thank you, Brittany. But let me go back to me now. But also, don't forget, you're like, okay, well, I got solar panels on the house. If you go to sell your house, this is what a lot of people don't know. If you go to sell your house, that is literally a lien on your house, because whoever buys the house, let's say you sell your house for $200,000. Yeah, right. In what world, right? You got $200,000. You pay. I agree to $200,000 for the house. Great, because I still owe $45,000 on the solar panels. You owe what? $45,000. So you got to pay for the remaining tab on that. So the new homeowner would have to pick up that tab as well. So when you're looking at new houses out there, if you can afford the new houses out there, and you see solar panels on top, go ahead and ask someone, hey, do you hold the title on those? Like when you're selling a car here in Carolinas, you always hear about title free and clear. Hey, are those solar panels free and clear? There's no lien or anything on them? No, they're good. They're just not hooked up. And sometimes you can get an actual battery, but you sell the energy back there. So be careful out there. I know it's hot. We're all trying to save money. Times are tough. Hopefully this new election will spin things around. And when we come back, speaking of spinning things around, this guy met this woman at a pool. They met each other, talked. 5 hours later, he's hanging her kid off a balcony. I'll dive into that story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. I forgot my intro. Welcome back to Deacon Live. If you want something for free, we will gladly give you something for free. We're not giving you free solar panels, but what we'll do give you is some swag, some stickers, some little merchandise, some merch for the most part. Yep, free to you, but you got to do something for me. You got to go over to ProphetRadio.com. At the top of the page says free swag, and you can see all the different fine programming that comes out of this studio. If you want a sticker pack from one of those shows there, hopefully you'll pick ours, which is fine. They'll mail it out to you. Just a way of saying thank you for listening to the show. It's not an email grab. It's not anything like that. It's just their way of saying thank you. We appreciate you. We are thankful. We appreciate you. We thank you. We appreciate you over and over and over again. I guess for the most part, that's what I'm saying. But they want to do that too. So go on over there, pick out what you want, and they'll mail it out to you. They usually get it out within... in the United States, usually within a couple days. If you're overseas, we got to wait till once a month they send that stuff overseas. So you might have to wait a little bit to get yours. But nonetheless, we appreciate you. So go on over there and check them out. Now, this guy right here. I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. And Daytona Beach used to be Spring Break City. Spring Break! And then... Daytona said, no, we don't want all these drunks, all these retards, all these adolescent people just doing stupid stuff over here. So they kind of, MTV went away from there. What's an MTV? They went away. They showed them off, and they moved them to Panama City. Then they went to Fort Lauderdale. Then they went to Hollywood. Anyway, so Daytona Beach, though, still has that stigma of being a party town. Daytona Beach, you see Bike Week goes over there. I forget what's the Black College reunion always is there too. But Daytona Beach, they're like going, we don't want these people here. Oh, you're bringing $15 million to our community, but we don't want you here. We'll take the $15 million, but we don't want you here. It's a bunch of old blue hairs up in the office running that joint up there. But this guy right here, a man was arrested after being accused of dropping a child on its head off a balcony at a hotel. So here's what happened. Jesus Christ. Only in Daytona Beach, only in Florida for the most part. On Saturday, July 6th, police were called to the Sandals Inn and Sandalwood Resort in Daytona Beach, Florida, after receiving reports of a child being dangled and then dropped from a 2-story balcony. And he lived? Holy Jesus. The Daytona Beach Police Department arrest affidavit said, states that witness saw a child being held over the balcony, and people also heard a child screaming. Then they saw the child, whose age has not been released, was dropped 2 stories head first to the ground. Witnesses Dasani Bentley told the news reporter the man was just like swinging it in plain sight. They were playing, and then he just let him go. He had him by the foot, and then the kid slipped right out of his hand and fell directly on his head on the concrete. No grass, she said. Absolutely devastating. I don't care how I'd react if someone... I don't know how I would even react if someone was to drop one of my own. Okay, First of all, that wouldn't happen. The incident was caught on CCTV cameras also, so I can't get a hold of those pictures. But listen, Brandon Gilmore, 31, was arrested later on that day for suspicion of aggravated child abuse. He told authorities that he met the child's mother 5 hours earlier in the hotel pool and the report added that the pair had allegedly been drinking alcohol all day long. Gilmore told the police the woman allegedly invited him up to her room and then ended up taking her son to the balcony. And then he ended up taking the son to the balcony and dangling him upside down after asking permission from her to, quote unquote, scare him a little bit. After the child fell to the ground, witness says his mom ran and picked him up and took him back to the room before they were rushed to the Halifax Medical Center in Daytona Beach. Thankfully, despite suffering blunt force trauma to the head, the child is doing fine and will be discharged from the hospital, and is not expected to have any long-term health as a result of this tragic event. If found guilty, Gilmore could face up to 30 years in prison, 30 years probation, and a $10,000 fine. Can you imagine that? Hey, baby. Let's go back to me. Hey, baby. Hey, you look pretty cute in that one piece. Thank you. This is my son. Hi. You want to take this party elsewhere? Yeah, I got a hotel room. Come on, Timmy. I'm coming. Hey, you mind if I open up the balcony and try to scare the shit out of your kid? Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. Come here, Timmy. Can you fly, Timmy? I don't think so. Let's try. Bam! Oh my God. I'm okay. Poor Timmy. Timmy gets it all. And the mother should be arrested too. I think, letting a man she met for 5 hours ago dangle her son over the balcony, pulled a Michael Jackson on him. Oh, this is blanket. No, that's ridiculous. Now, what is ridiculous right now? When I buy something over a certain price range, I like to make sure, I like to do all the research. I like to make sure, this is what we need. I work out all the kinks and everything and make sure that, yes, this is exactly what we want. When I met my wife a long time ago, she had a pillow top mattress, and over the years, who knows how long she had it. I think she had it 10 years prior to me meeting her, and then the two of us had it, 10 years, 15 years of us being together. And that mattress, pillow top mattress, no matter what it is, they say every 5-10 years or something like that, you're supposed to change your mattress out. It was killing my back. Come to find out, it wasn't, later on we found out it's not the mattress, it's my fucking, I got 2 crushed vertebrae, but I digress. So one of the mattresses, the new mattresses that were coming out before the Cloud and all those other ones where they'll mail them to you and they pull, slit the bag open and they blow up and then, oh my God, it's like sleeping on a cloud. There was a company called Purple. Now, Purple for a while has been a sponsor of the Prophet radio station. As far as I know, I think the contract is still good for another 2 or 3 years, but they're a sponsor of the Prophet Radio website. So I said, you know what, let's go ahead and get a Purple mattress. $3,000 for this stupid thing. And you've seen the commercials. I fell for all the commercials. They drop eggs and they don't break. They drop this, they do that. They stretch, they pull, and you're like going, wow, this is space age material. This looks like it's a good quality product. Well, now that they've been out for, I don't know, how long have we had ours? Babe, how long have we had ours? Because I know she listens to the show later on. I think almost 10 years now. Maybe a little bit less than 10 years. And we're fine with it. I mean, it really hasn't done. I mean, if I lay on her side of the bed, I can tell the difference. And I was kind of like, oh, and that just happened a couple years ago. And I was like, oh, I can feel that there's a hard rib in the middle of our bed between the two of us. And so this person right here, I'm going to switch the camera forward. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a YouTube channel, and you can see all the podcasts and all the videos and stuff as we're talking about it here on the air. Search DeaconLive podcast. This one right here looks like the Hot 2 girl. She's got her purple mattress. Looks like the exact same one that I have. It's got the ribs on top. It's got the whole encasing and everything. And she's getting ready to slice this thing open and see what's inside of it after I don't know how many years of having it. So it says they've had it. Oh, they turned it every 6 months. They don't see how long they've had it. So here she goes. She's got a pocket knife. No stains on the mattress, so good there. They said it sat out overnight, accidentally got rain on it. So here she goes. Let's fast forward this a little bit. Come on, sweetheart. Can I fast forward this? There we go. Now she's got scissors. She's cutting that. If you have a purple mattress, if you don't have a purple mattress, they put this nice quilted foam. It's nice. It's cool. I mean, it keeps your body cool, and that's the one thing about the mattresses that you get like online and stuff. They tend to get hot, and you sweat in them. The purple mattress never got hot. It breathed. It was really cool to sleep on. Like,
Tell where we don't sleep.
So here you go.
Right there. So
Don't mind the hurricane coming through.
this was your side, right? Mm-hmm. Look at the holes in the bottom.
So she goes, this is your side. And you can see the purple mattress is made of all these little square cellular compartments. And that was the big thing, was made out of this gel. And you can see where he sleeps, they're all collapsed. And they look like they've failed. And then
It's just,
even some of them are ripping.
yeah.
No, some are ripping.
But you can see where they just collapse like that. Right here. And then they just
And then they go over to her side.
pull.
Oh, and it shows all the coils and everything. Anyway, so there's a 4-inch, 3-inch. All right, I got it. There you go. All the coils and stuff. So anyways, let's go back to me now. So anyways, there's a lawsuit out there because of the whole purple mattress. People are like going, this is not what you sold us. You know what? If it lasted 10 years, I think they pretty much got what you got. So what they're saying right now, that the widows McTurf Polakiv is investigating the potential class action lawsuit involving Purple Mattress. Purple Mattress makes a mattress that claims to compete with the memory foam mattresses that are out there right now with the Purple Grid technology. The Purple, or GelFlex Grid, is a hyperelastic polymer that is meant to provide cushion, support, sleep experience. The customers have reported issues with the Purple mattress sagging or deteriorating over time. Over time. It doesn't say how long. 10 years, maybe? 15 years? Okay. They offer a 100-night trial experience. If you don't like it, you can send it back type stuff. Of course, you're not going to send it back. That's too much of a big deal. Our legal team has decades of experience, of proven track records, and groundbreaking verdicts. Oh, they're selling themselves on this. So there's a Purple Mattress lawsuit out there based on... where are we at here? Based on the mattress, the gel inside deteriorating. So let's think about it this way. They never said that the mattress was going to be the last mattress you ever buy. They never said that the mattress was going to last X amount of years. What they did say, it'll give you a comfortable night's sleep, from this and that and PowerPoints and all that stuff, and it's made out of super polymer, whatever. I'm sure in the fine print way down below, it says, oh, and by the way, you should always change your mattresses every 10 years because of, you ready for the gross part? Your skin, dust mites, your skin, your cells, sweat, oils, all that stuff. To be sanitary, you should always change your mattress every 10 years. So I'm sure down in the fine print, they're like going, if this lasts 10 years and it's still perfect, good, but you need to change it. So Purple Mattress, we have it. I still love mine. Now, we have rotated at least once a year. We'll rotate it around and spin it around. And we got the California King, so no matter where you turn it, we can do it. We can 90 it. It's still the same size. You can 90 it again. It's still the same size. But yeah, I have felt a little bit of difference since we've had it. So Let me know if you got a purple mattress and you're experiencing bad, if you got a bad complaint or any kind of complaint about the purple mattress. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you do that is go to profitradio.com. At the middle of the page, the very homepage there, it says leave Deacon Live a message. Follow the directions. You can be anonymous if you want, and it comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. Machete! Danny Trejo gets into a fight on 4th of July. And all of his boys get all beat up and stuff over a water balloon. Well, for the most part, I guess it was a water balloon. And we'll dive into what actually happened on that story when we come back. So stick around. You listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to follow us on all your social medias. The way you find us is search Deacon Live, all one word, no matter where you're at out there. If you're listening to us on the podcast, well, boom, you've already found us. If you want to watch us on YouTube, search Deacon Live Podcast. And if you want to watch us on TikTok, you can watch us anywhere out there. If you want to follow us on our Facebook page, our Instagram, all that stuff, you can see all the things, the neat pictures and the things that go on here in the studio and the things that happen in between the 7 days in between each show. So you can go over there and search on Prophet Radio. It says social contacts, and if you want to send us an email or anything like that, you can do that as well. If you don't want to do the whole voice message to the studio, that's fine. Some people don't like talking or stuff, but if you want to send us a message, a question or anything, you can go to deacon@profitradio.com and you can send us an email, and we'd love to hear from you. If you want to be anonymous, make sure you put anonymous in there. That's fine. But if you want to ask us anything, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to have you be part of the show. How about that? Now, someone who is part of a big show right now on the 4th of July, and I want to say weekend. I always want to say weekend because I figured those words all go together, but they don't in this situation because it ended up on a Thursday. So this 4th of July, Danny Trejo, if you don't know who Danny Trejo is, he's the one Spanish guy with the big tattoo on his chest of a senorita wearing a sombrero. He always plays a bad guy. Sometimes he plays a good guy. Sometimes he plays a funny guy. His cast of characters has run the gambit of all the different scenes, and from good to bad and funny and lovely and hated. And he was asked to be the grand marshal of a parade, a 4th of July parade. And things got a little out of hand. Now, Danny Trejo has served time in jail. He does have I don't want to say a criminal background, but he still has homies. You know what I mean? Homies that roll with him. I think they're mostly to protect him for the most part. I don't think he's doing anything nefarious or anything like that. I think he's, got the good life now, being in movies and television shows and whatnot. I think they're just there to make sure that Danny Trejo stays Danny Trejo, for the most part. And I'm sure some of these were his homies when he was locked up and whatever gangs he was running with, and they're all out of that gang stuff now. I think he's got tacos, right? Trejo's Tacos, and he's doing well with that. So these are just some of his good long friends that are trying to protect him. But unfortunately, something happened, and they got into a big old brawl at this 4th of July, parade or whatever. Now I'm going to switch the camera forward. A little behind the scenes there, and we're going to find out what exactly happened at this 4th of July party. So here we go. This is from Fox 11.
He got into a fight at a parade in the San Fernando Valley.
Went down at the Sunland Tahunga, California parade commemorating America's birthday. We go live to Fox 11's Gina Silva in Tahunga with more. Gina.
Tahunga.
Christine, Marla, this happened in the morning. It was a fun family event, and Danny Trejo was an honorary guest. Unfortunately, it turned violent, and all of it was captured on cell phone video.
A water balloon was thrown at his head in the vintage car.
Danny Trejo was participating in the Sunland Tahunga 4th of July parade, but after he was hit by a water balloon, Danny stepped out of his car and chaos ensued.
Oh, they punched him.
Was thrown at him. Punches were thrown, people fell down, blood everywhere. I think Mario, gentleman got hit. They cut his eye open.
Mario is Danny's best friend. He and Danny were both punched and they fell to the ground.
Oh yeah, both of them.
This is right after that where everybody was going wild.
Arnie Abramian was there and captured the scene on his cell phone.
First, he was more like confronting. It wasn't like he went there to hit somebody. But then I think once he got hit, he was throwing punches. And
was he hurt?
Oh, he hit
didn't
the
seem
ground.
hurt. I think he was more, I don't think he was physically hurt. I think he was upset. He was angry, and anger is a mask for pain. But at the same time, I think the blood was boiling. So after the fact, maybe he must have some.
Look at this guy. This guy comes out swinging, knocks Danny Trejo down, and his boy comes up, and he just friggin' windmills on him.
Really
right here, watch.
Because he
Bam!
knows Danny
Bam!
is a good guy.
Down he goes.
I apologize to Danny. I know you're a good man. You're a humble man. And thank you for taking your time and coming down to our 4th of July parade. And I'm sorry on behalf of our community. We love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you.
Now, I understand the police were there and they talked to Danny, but Danny chose not to file any charges. So everything was pretty much let go. And I've reached out to Mario and to Danny. I'm just hoping they're both okay. I have not heard back from them, but you do see them fall, and Mario was all bloodied. So, you know, we're just wishing them both the best. Hopefully a quick recovery.
Thanks, Marla. So, a podcast called Hater Media, Raider Tommy, got a hold of Danny and Mario and got their side of the story. So let's continue with this and find out what actually happened. You could see in the video here, you got Danny Trejo. He's in a white long sleeve t-shirt. He's got his little cross on, and his friend Mario's got a little tank top on, tattoos and stuff. Oh, he's got a nice little shiner. Man, he's got a shiner. So let's find out what Danny Trejo has to say about what actually happened that day.
I'm so sad that I behaved the way I behaved. I'm so sad that grown men got to throw water balloons to enjoy a day, you know, and I don't think I would have even got out of the car if somebody hadn't yelled, "It's acid," you know. And
wow.
That's when I got panicked. I immediately got out.
Oh, it's acid.
The hood, and then boom, somebody hit me. And when I turned, you got to understand, there were like 8, 9, 10 people around this car when they threw that balloon. So somebody wasn't worried that they were going to hit anybody else. And when I got out of the car, I went boom, then a balloon hit me, and then I looked up and I see a guy holding on. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. So when he grabbed me, you know.
So in the video, I want to say, in the video was from behind. So he grabbed you.
Yeah.
And then you reacted.
Boom,
I got you. So
and then
if someone grabs,
then I got knocked on the ground.
And I fell off the curb. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that there's still people like from the 50s and 60s that still feel the same way.
What way?
No one else was targeted. You know, no one else.
What way?
Like it was because you know, you see some Mexicans in a nice
It
car.
was targeted. You know, there was nobody else getting hit with balloons in front of us or behind us.
There was nobody. Hold on. There's nobody. Hold on. Let's go back to me now. There was nobody in the audience that was Danny Trejo. You know, he was a celebrity. He is famous. You know, I'm not going to sit here and throw it at the hot dog vendor guy because he's a Mexican. No, there's Danny Trejo. Mexican, black, white, doesn't matter. There's Danny. I'm going to hit him with a water balloon. You know why? Because I would get more snap, more heat, more oomph with hitting Danny Trejo than I would hitting the hot dog vendor guy. No one's going to care about the hot dog vendor guy. Not that, you know, it's a noble job. It's a noble profession, and you know, a lot of hot dog vendor guys make money, but still, you got Danny Trejo out there, I'm gonna throw something at him. It's no different than you see all the people what is it, the girl, the rap girl, what's her name, Nicki Minaj, where someone threw something at her and she turned around and slapped him, threw it right back at him, that type of stuff. It's the same thing. I did something to interrupt that famous person's life. Now I'm part of their life, and now I make news story, and now I go viral. That's all it was. The 40s and 50s things, maybe to a certain point, but not at this point. Not in this thing. So there you go. That's what happened to Danny Trejo, and that's his explanation as far as what happened. All right, guys, when we come back, Wendy's is getting in trouble. Or not getting in trouble, their customers are getting mad because of what the employees are trying to do to them unbeknownstly to the customers. And I'll dive in that story and I'll tell you how ridiculous this is. So stick around. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you can be part of the show, you can be right here in the studio. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres here. We have horses, we have chickens, we have cattle, we have goats, we have skunks. I think we got a couple skunks living underneath one of the stalls in the horse stall. Don't want to make them upset. But we got a lot of property out here. And we're really literally out in the middle of nowhere. So just giving you an idea of if you're listening to us, where we're coming from. But we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear from you at any time. And you can go back through, and you can be anonymous if you want. You can go back through all the different podcasts that we've had over the last decade or so over there at wherever you're listening to us on or at. Spotify, great. iHeartRadio, great. iTunes as well, great. And don't forget, all the musical artists that you hear during the breaks and stuff, they're all independent artists. They've reached out to the Deacon Live podcast. They say, hey, can you share our music to your fans and to your listeners and stuff? And I say, yes, we can. We can do all that stuff. So all the music that you hear in between during the breaks and stuff, show them some love and support as well. You know, if you like a great song by someone, you can always find it over at Prophet Radio under the music heard on. Over the last 10 decades, we have all the music that you've ever heard on Deacon Live, as long as they're an independent artist, you know. You can find all that information over there as well, and make sure you show them some love and support as well. Now, someone who's not getting any love and support right now is Wendy's. I like a good Wendy's burger. I was never a big fan of Wendy's until they came out with the Baconator. And the Baconator, oh my God. Anything where you can put 15 pieces of bacon on a double hamburger, by all means. You've sold me. I will eat that all day long. And also, I will be on the bathroom all day long as well. Oh, usually it's one of those, like I said, hair of the dog days. But right now, a Wendy's drive-thru customer recently called out the fast food chain for trying to upsell customers and drawing attention to a common tactic in the industry. Duh. Fast food prices are already high enough, with customers frequently complaining about the skyrocket inflation and the even shrinkflation, where they sell you the same thing at a smaller quantity. As if that wasn't bad enough, restaurants are frequently trying to attempt to get more money out of customers by upselling them. Oh my God. TikToker Jose Vasquez recently posted on TikTok exposing Wendy's for this practice. So let's see what Jose Vasquez says over on TikTok. I'm going to switch the camera forward, and you can see this in real time as we're all talking about it here. Right here. It says in the window, remember to upsell combos and bigger bags. This is at his local Wendy's. So let me tell you something, Jose Vasquez. First day on this planet, I guess. First day not knowing. Let's go back to me now. First day not knowing or done any commerce in your whole entire lifetime. Have you been somewhere where you bought something, anything, you can name anything in this world where you physically bought something, and they go, do you want this or would you like this? Well, I want that. Well, that'll be an extra this. All right. What do you think? How do you think this thing works? How do you think there's a whole what was it, Supersize Me with Spurlock? Oh, R.I.P. Spurlock. But he said he was going to eat McDonald's for 30 days, and he would only supersize it, I think that was the name of the documentary, if they asked him if he wanted to supersize. That'd be the only way. He was trying to prove that eating McDonald's was either healthy or bad for you. Well, RIP, but he had cancer or anything. That's a long story in itself. If you buy anything, car, you buy anything, what do you think at the checkout when you go grocery shopping? What, you think those candy bars are on the side of the aisles there for show? Oh, did you forget a candy bar on the back aisle? No, they're impulse buys. They're upselling. They're trying to do all that stuff. When you go to a restaurant and they ask you, do you want top shelf liquor? Yes, I would. And then, boom, that pads are checked. Their pads are checked. Why do you think there's appetizers? Why do you think they ask you for dessert? They're upselling. So when you see the sign, don't forget to ask if they want a combo or a biggie bag or whatever their combo upsell, whatever is. Don't be mad at that, because you yourself, Jose Vasquez, you yourself have probably done the same thing, not knowing in your head. I could mow your lawn, But if you want the bushes trimmed, I will do that for you as well. I know I'm being stereotypical, but I'm just saying everything has an upsell. The advertisement on this show has an upsell. You can have, you can have A and B, or you can have A, B, and C and D, when you advertise on this show. And that's what, that's the way makes economy. That's what makes businesses run. That's what makes, if you provide good customer service, they wouldn't mind doing that. As long as the Wendy's is giving you good customer service and every order is perfect and every order is right and the food tastes delicious like it just came off the cow and the potatoes came right out of the field and the drink came right out of the drink machine, that type of stuff. It's an upsell. It's the way it makes the economy work. It's called capitalism. It's called getting your dollar, getting someone. And if you do it well, they'll trust you for it and they will allow you to do it, you will allow them to give you that offer over and over again. Now, if you fuck it up, I could give you a hamburger. You want fries with that? Oh, yeah, I'll try some fries. If you fuck up the fries, next time I go order a hamburger, would you like fries with that? Fuck no, your fries are garbage. So, you see what I'm saying? They're trying to upsell you. It's the way, what makes the economy go around for the most part. Now, this guy right here going around, you ready for this? He got an award for 20 years of service. Great. Good job. 20 years, spending 20 years at a location, that takes a lot of dedication, especially this time of year or this time in our age right now. I worked for Home Depot from 1994 to 2014. On and off, part-time. It helped me get through hard times. It allowed me to advance. It allowed my education to advance. So for 20 years, I got a little certificate. I got a nice little check for being there 20 years. And I said, thank you. See you later. I'm out of here. I'll never work retail again. But this man in Spain was set to be recognized for his long service with a company. We've all heard about Invisible Man, but what about an invisible employee? In the world where many people wish they could get away with skipping work for a day or two, this man in Spain took things to a new level. Meet Jacques Garcia, 69 years old, a man who skipped work for 6 years without anyone noticing. 6 years. That tells you one or two things. His job wasn't that important, or the wrong people were watching him. And then all of a sudden, he ironically won an award for his long-time service. It all started innocently enough. Jacques, a building supervisor for a water treatment company in Cadiz, C-A-D-I-Z, Spain, had been employed by a local government. Oh, there you go. There's the problem. For more than 20 years, as time went on, the work environment became increasingly stressful, leading to Jacques to adopt a rather unconventional approach to coping, which he just basically simply stopped going to work. Amazingly, this plan worked for a whole 6 years. During this time, Jacques still collected his annual salary valued at $41,000, even though he wasn't doing any work at all. One might wonder how such a thing could go unnoticed. The answer lies within the mix of the bureaucratic oversights and the company structure of the workplace, and a general dose of just plain dumb luck. Jacques' absence was conveniently overlooked by a mix-up between the two departments. Each assumed the other one was responsible for overseeing his duties. Where's Jacques? Not my job. Whose job is it? His job? You go over to him. Where's Jacques? I don't know, not my job. And they keep just, kicking the can down the road there. The situation took a hilarious turn when Jacques was nominated for an award for his 20 years of service with the company. Imagine the surprise of his supervisors when they called him in for the ceremony and discovered he hasn't set foot in the office for 6 years. The absent worker has been ordered to pay back $30,000, the maximum he could get for this penalty. When questioned, Jacques admitted not to working, but claimed he had been a victim of workplace bullying and initially stopped attending to avoid conflict. He maintains that he had been studying he's been studying psychology in his spare time, making the most of his unplanned sabbatical. So there you go. Jacques, hats off to you. If you could do it for 6 years in Spain, I don't know if they're too, tight on the government working stuff. I don't think they got that figured out yet. Have they? I don't know. If you're from Spain, I'd love to hear from you. Go to Prophet Radio. Let me hear from you. All right, when we come back, One more little segment, and we'll let you get back to doing what you got to do. And if you got a cat in your house right now, and you're listening to the Deacon Live show on your smart device, your Alexa, your smart TV, if you're watching this on the YouTube video, make sure you bring the cats around, because next part of the show is strictly for them. I'll dive into that when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Everybody wants you. Oh. Hello. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. At the top of the page says social contacts. And while you're there, you can send us an email if you want. If you don't want to go live on the air with us, that's fine. We understand that. Some people don't like the sound of their voice. Some people get nervous. They get scared. I'm so scared. So scared. And but if you're not scared, you can leave a message. Click on that box that says leave a message for Deacon Live. Speak right into it. You can be anonymous if you want. I don't care. Just speak into it. I know you're out there. I see you lurking in the dark, hiding in the shadows, listening to the show. And you're like, oh, man, if I could get on there and tell him, I know it's a podcast, but I could tell him something. I could give him information that he needs, or just say, give me the what for. You can do that anonymous if you want. Just go over to Prophet Radio and click on send a message to Deacon Live. Speak right into it. It comes right to our inbox. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshall. Get yourself something for free over there as well. Pick you out something from the free swag section. Now, everyone, there's TikTok videos and there's TikTok videos. I don't know why I said it that way, but that's the way it came out. And your algorithm, which I always should say logarithm because you're logging stuff in, but your algorithm, depending on what you click on and stuff like that, will determine what you are watching on the next video when you swipe up, swipe up. There's a guy that's in the Charlotte area. He starts out his video with, I bought a bar. And he goes through the whole, at least in my area, I bought a bar. And he goes through day 1, day 6, day 8, all the stuff of where he bought a bar. And it's interesting and stuff. And I really like to meet him, or really like to meet him. I'm going to go over to his bar and check it out. It's just outside of Charlotte. It's about 43 minutes from us, here on the property. And I want to go talk to him and just kind of hang out with him and stuff and see what he's all about. So maybe I'll do a little special show once he gets up and running, because I know the bar's not open 100% right now, but I forget its name, Papa Ment's or something like that, but it's I bought a bar, and you can search for that. So I see that one all the time because I've liked the video and all that. But if you're out there right now, I'm going to honestly tell you, hands down, I have not seen the Tube Top Girl video. Now, what does that tell you about me? Or what does that tell you about you? Or me about you? That you've watched this girl in a white tube top dancing around, shaking her thing. She's probably a young 21, 22-year-old girl, olive skin, nice complexion, average type body for a girl that's 21, 22 years old. Nothing flashy, nothing exciting, nothing like that. And she's just dancing in a white tube top. Of course, she's got shorts on and stuff, mom shorts, which I don't understand, but, it's not my era. And have you seen the Tube Top Girl? Have you seen the Tube Top Girl? No, I have not. It's not on my it's not on my feed, because I don't want to say I don't look at that stuff, but that kind of stuff is like, okay, keep going. Another girl dancing, it just doesn't happen on my feed for whatever reason. But for whatever reason, this girl has shown up on my feed. And when I say this girl, her name is Leanna Adams. And Leanna Adams, we'll bring in a little bit, tell you a little story. Leanna Adams, I believe, is a little special. The first video I saw of her, she's sitting there going, and she works for the USPS, so the United Postal Service, and they're special anyways in their own mind. And she's sitting in a car. It's just a girl who does like car videos, and she sits there, and it's, you're like, oh, here comes another mom, complaining about this and No, she's very young. She's probably early 20s, and she's sitting in the car, and she's like going, I just want to thank everyone for 8,000 followers. I appreciate you very much. And thank you. And that was it. So if you haven't seen her, I think she's on the scale. You know what I mean? She's on the spectrum. She's on the ratio, whatever language that deals with, bigger and larger numbers and something that makes us feel good when we separate people in our population that we can all agree on. So here she is, Leanna Adams. I'm going to switch the camera for a little bit behind the scenes there. And let me go to, I downloaded it. So let's see what happens here. Here she is. I don't know what video I downloaded, so here we go.
Back in high school, I dated this guy for like 2 years. And when he got out of boot camp, he called me. And he said, "Do you want to get married?" And I was like, my guy, you cheated on me.
Uh-huh.
Multiple times.
Oh.
With multiple different people.
Of course.
And he was like, yeah, but I wouldn't cheat on my wife.
Okay, so that's one video that she's got going out there. Oh, not that guy there.
Because essentially what they were saying.
All right, so hold on. Let's go to the other video.
What's up, guys?
Here she is.
I'm back with another update. We officially accepted a PTF offer, and we're getting another clerk. All right. It might not be exciting for everybody, but okay, listen. I've been understaffed for maybe a year or so now.
So she's sitting in a car, and she literally looks like she's acting like was in a car wreck, and she is clueless. She's a young girl. She looks like she's smart, but her facial expressions, and she's just sitting there like, I don't know how this, where's the camera? I don't know how. Let's go back to camera. I don't know how this works. Hey everybody. I don't want to make fun of her, but she showed up because I liked one video. I said, like this video here.
And it feels really good to know that we're getting somebody in, and I'm gonna get 2 days off a week.
That's it. That's her whole entire video. And you can find her at, Leanna Jean, LEANNA.Jean. Let me see if I can find one more, because you guys are like going, what do you got, a crush on her? What do you got, a man crush on her? No, I don't have a man crush on her. I got to go to this one because I've got the other one queued up. Let's see if I can find her real quick. We got time. You're not going anywhere. Let's see. Leanna. Shut up. Leanna.Jean. Let's see what happens. Here she is.
The dude at the gas station next to my work came in clutch. He made me a buffalo chicken sandwich because there was none on the counter, and I had told him that's what I came in for, and he was like, whoa, we don't need you going postal, let's make you a buffalo chicken sandwich. And I was like, I was not planning on going postal, but hey, you're my dude.
That's it. That's her video. She doesn't blink in the video. She's got no smiles, no expression. She just kind of sits there, and I think she's on the spectrum. Let's see. There's one more for you.
One of my favorite pastimes while I'm doing my splits, because I don't go all the way back home because I live 40 minutes away from work. I actually work in a whole separate state than where I live. But anyways, I like to find random parking lots and do this.
And she leans her chair back and goes to sleep. She's in her uniform, says Leanne on it, USPS.
And I'll just pass out. One of my favorite.
That's it. And she's got, let's see how many she got right now. How many followers? She's got 9,000 followers, which is great for her. She's doing well. Good for her. And so she's making it out there. It's just weird because now every time I go, let's go back to me now. Now every time I do my my TikTok swipes and stuff, I see her. I'm like going, she just sits there. And the other day I ate a cheese sandwich and I didn't realize I was out of mustard. So my dude helped me hook me up with mustard. Thanks, my dude. And then that's it. It's weird. Weird. Now, this is the part of the show where we bring the cats around. And the cats This whole trend is coming out. I play them around the house, and my cats love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's a TikTok channel called Orange is a New Cat __. And you're like, oh, well, you know, it's another cat thing. It's just another cat video. No, listen to this. I'm going to turn this up. Get ready. Turn it everything loud on whatever device you're listening to. Bring the cats around. Here we go. My cats go crazy because of this. And that's all it is. It's just cat noises. Let's see.
Swing, swing.
Oh, not that. Shut up. Here we go. Another cat.
That's why I like cats. Cats are more.
No, I want another sound. Where's another sound? Oh, now it's going to prove me wrong here. Now it's doing like cat facts and stuff like that. So let me go back to the actual video one more time. It's all these cat sounds. Like, yep. Yeah. It's all these videos of just all these weird different cat noises. My cats come running. They come running. They're like going, Dad. We got a what I call an alley cat, one of those tabby ones. What's that? And he's young. We call him Tater Man. And he runs around. He's a little slinky. He's only like a year old. So he's like, hey, what is that noise? What is there another cat in here? And then we have Trisket the Biscuit, who is a small miniature Mancoon. And she's just like, this doesn't bother me at all. So there you go. If you've seen that on your TikTok, those are what fills up my feed. the autistic postman and cat call videos or something like that. So that's what's in my algorithm. If you've got something totally different than that, you might want to check yourself as far as what you're looking at or what you're listening to. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and all our social networks. Get yourself something free over at Prophet Radio and leave us a message. Comes right to our inbox. Don't forget, we broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town we like to call Marshville. We'd love to hear from you. We love to hear from you. Love to see you as well. On that note, guys, my name is the Deacon, saying goodnight and goodnight.
This is the absolute end.
See you later.